We're back, and it's been 6 months since I left my old gym. In that time, I've went to world-class gyms, gotten my ass whooped by other people, and have started discovering that I need to be better at leg locks. But since I've left my old gym, I've had old teammates reaching out to me trying to beat me and treat me like the creant I am. Today I have Joe, who is the OG partner for Basalt's been in their very first video, and he's come to try and destroy me and to show me why I should have never left the old gym.
What do you want to know about the guy? Is it going? I know he's kind of nervous that we're visiting here because he had to leave our gym from talking all that shit and not doing much.
Some people would call him a creon.
Creon, you know, it was kind of sleazy the way he'd slap guillotines and ankle locks on white belts nonstop. There was a lot of tough guys out there. I saw them beating up Spangler a bit. I know he's been slacking a lot. He comes to these practices, but everybody says, I kind of asked the guys, they said he doesn't try that hard. He's got just a guillotine game and that's it. Not that worried. We'll see what happens.
Did you hear what Joe was talking about? You just guillotine, that's all you got?
Do I need anything else? I've seen him tap to it like 80 times.
Oh, but he says
guillotine's fine.
Oh, but he was saying you only tap white belts these days.
Well, what's wrong with that? Yeah, partially true, but that's because George is too tough to tap. You try rolling with George and telling me it's hard to, or easy to tap him. It looks like Joe had some harsh words for me for leaving the gym. This would be a good way for me to test him and myself to see if I'm missing anything from the gym, and he starts off by pulling into deep half, looking for my back, but he ends up in a guillotine quickly.
New stuff already.
I was immediately impressed at Joe's aggression, but I think he's going to need more than that to beat me. I'm grabbing onto an underhook looking for a takedown until he jumps guard, which is also something new, but I have something new as well, and it's Liver King's stack of foreign supplements. This new weight that I have is going to prove to be a menace to Joe, especially when he chooses to be underneath me now that I'm larger than him. I use my newfound strength to break his guard, fall into an ankle guillotine, and even though he's trying to strip my hands and turn the correct way, I fall to the other side and get a quick tap over Joe.
He's got just a guillotine game and that's it.
Suffice to say that Joe wasn't that happy to get tapped that quickly, so he goes down and shoots a quick single leg on me and dumps me to my side, and I'm forced to roll through trying to stop his knee from taking my back. Then I shoot my legs through and I'm in a prime position to start attacking with the knee bar.
He's got just a guillotine game and that's it.
With a few small adjustments, I'm able to put it behind my shoulder and I get the tap from Joe.
I haven't seen any guillotines yet.
Well, they don't teach full locks to start. It's true, my old gym never showed full locks and that's why I'm so terrible at them. But that doesn't mean I can't put on a clinic against Joe as I fall into inside Sankaku looking for my leg entry and I use it to stand on top of him despite him initiating the takedown. I get the feeling Joe is fleeing the mat from me, so I drag him by the leg and put him back in the center, also big brothering him at the same time. Then I hit him with a quick speed adjustment to pass his guard because it's always good to change your speeds from slow to fast to catch your opponent off guard. And with the same subtlety of Gordon telling everybody he's the best at Jiu Jitsu, I bring my hand around his chin looking for the guillotine. But Joe has certainly improved here. He knows he needs to defend his chin, and I can tell because as I sweep him over and I go into mount, he puts both of his hands in the way of his chin so I can't reach my hand through to finish the choke attempt on him, and I have to let go. To keep the submissions coming, I decided to switch it off into an armbar by throwing my leg over the head, but he timed it well and was able to spin into guard. And despite me having his arm at a pretty bad angle, he's doing a better job posturing up, so it's time for plan B. I decide to scoop under Joe's leg and potentially setting up a backside 50-50. But as I start to come up, Joe decides he's going to take my back and bring me down to the mat, but my booty's too big and I know to push his knee, so I stay on top. Now Joe's trying to spoon me, but I'm more into the feet, so I start digging on his left foot, then switch it off onto the right leg, turn his knee out, and this provides me an easy entry to go into another ankle attack. Unless you have some ballerina feet, going belly down is a crazy way to try and defend the ankle, and I end up getting another submission over Joe.
Just a guillotine game and that's it.
Hey you, do you want a free jiu-jitsu bag? Then make sure to check out today's sponsor, Gold. Gold makes excellent jiu-jitsu gear, whether it's their bags, apparel, wipes after finishing off your opponent, and so much more. It's stylish, comfortable, and the design is simple. But the best part is, when you click my link and you order something through my page, you'll get an item for free. As far as winning this bag so you can look just as stylish as me, all you have to do is like the video, comment how long you've been doing jiu-jitsu, and click my link in the description below. Otherwise, go to their website and order one for yourself. Thanks Gold for sponsoring the video. Now I'm proving to be too dominant on top, so I'm deciding to let Joe come on top of me for this next part of the round. I'm sticking to solid fundamentals by controlling his wrist, but Joe wants to jump right past all technique until I stiff arm his head, then fall in onto his legs, looking for another leg entanglement. The way he's defending by going belly down has given me an easy opportunity to jump up into a calf slicer, but my one big fault here is that I'm not able to get behind him. His body's off to the side, so his mat is protecting him, and I don't create enough leverage over his calf to force the submission. So just like my dad, I bailed on the leg attack to go get milk, and I'll be back when it has something good to offer me. I'm guessing Joe doesn't train too much cardio because this round length is getting to him. I pass his guard like butter, then put him reverse cowgirl. From here I'm either going to submit him with an attack or all the protein I've been drinking lately.
Damn, that ass mount must look great, Joe.
Luckily for Joe, I show off my diverse game of only guillotines by attacking with a Kimura and freeing him from a terrible position. Now the score's not looking too good for Team Start. It's true that I'm not going up against one of their black belts, but if they want to send one to me for more content, I'm here for it. Now Joe's trying to use a little bit of wrestling by attacking with a leg lace to pass my guard. But my right shin is a problem as I use it to push against his hip, then I come up and I sweep him over with a knee pick. Now I've been working more on passing with my knees and doing more knee slides, and it shows as I'm able to pass over his head with my right leg and it enters me right into another leg attack where Joe's in deep danger. I have a really deep bite over Joe's knee, so from here I only need to do a little bit of a leg press, pull his foot the other direction, and I get another submission. This video is being a clinical display of why everybody needs to do leg locks, but also wrestling as I use the underhook to take his back, and I'll continue to push him forward. Don't let a man control you from your backside because he's just going to trip you like I did to Joe and then end up on top of you. To keep this an entertaining match, I roll into a guillotine despite not really having any lockup to it, and then we scramble forward as Joe tries to roll out, but I keep control over him, putting him into a little bit of a crucifix. Now this is a terrible spot to be. You're constantly trying to avoid giving up your back, but your arms are also controlled by their legs and arms. One wrong move means you're going to get rear naked choked, and you also need to avoid getting armbarred. Offensively from here, you want to get off of your hip. I'm sitting up so I can bring my legs over his stomach, and I can either attack either an armbar or a triangle, but Joe's Iron Man-esque grip is making that tough for me to do. He does a nice job by timing his unlock so he can get underneath my legs, so even though I kicked to the side, he was able to posture out and come to guard, but I maintain control over his arm. I could try and set this up into an Americana, but Joe is doing a good job pulling his hands in together, so it's likely I'm going to have to bail on this attack altogether. So instead of attacking with the Americana, I decide to spin towards his back, and I already have one hook in. Even if he tries to reach backwards and pull my leg up at the same time, I just need to rotate with him, and I have full back control over Joe. Just like earlier where he was defending the calf slicer by bringing his body to the mat, he did the same thing here, and this allowed him to turn into guard. But Joe, the cheeky devil, is insulting my IQ by attacking with the guillotine and trying to jump over my guard. A scramble ensues where I'm looking to the guillotine, he rolls to his back so I rotate with him, and we go to the referee's position where I'm attacking his wrist at the same time. I thought about a Peruvian necktie for a moment until I stood up and threw in my far side hook so I can re-establish back control. Joe put up a valiant effort the whole way through, but I'm going to end this round by going off of his back and attacking him with an armbar.
He's got just a guillotine game and that's it.
Joe had a good showing, and I'm glad to see he's making improvements.
Joe, where was all that shit talk, dog?
Some dude wore me out the round before, but I'm working on it.
I think we got
I'm
that
trying
on
to get
film,
better every
actually.
day.
We did mention that Tyler was coming in here fresh. You were out here working super hard, and you know he does like to beat up on white belts, so don't feel bad.
You know, I chugged 3 bang energies before this, and I still feel like there's nothing in the tank.
All right, man.
4 next time.